Hello, we're so excited to have you. Do
Thank you for having me.
you mind introducing yourself?
My name's Isaiah Johnson, and I'm a senior here at Mount Olive.
Well, we've chosen you for our Senior Moments segment, and I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. You answer them to the best of your ability, and we'll go from there.
All right.
Do you have any plans for after school?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to a welding school and try to become a pipe fitter.
Pipe fitter? What's a pipe fitter?
A lot of like plumbing deals and welding pipes and fitting pipes together.
Is there any, reason?
No, my dad's a welder, so I've always kind of been interested in it. That's pretty much it.
It's always the parents' influence that matters.
Yeah.
What's the best class you've taken in high school so far?
I don't really have one particular, but probably anything I've done of Mr. Wenzel's. It's really helpful to have a lot of those skills.
Mm-hmm. What's the best memory you have from high school?
Probably my best memories are staying in the hotels overnight with my wrestling team on the weekends for tournaments. It's fun to makes you feel more like a family as a team when you get to stay together a lot more.
How long had you been in How long have you or had you been in wrestling?
I've wrestled high school all 4 years, and I started when I was in I think third grade.
Oh, that's pretty young.
Yeah.
It's a passion of yours?
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Have you gone to any big tournaments? I'm not quite sure how wrestling works.
Yeah. I qualified for the sectional
Hmm.
IHSA tournament my freshman year. Haven't wrestled a lot of matches my junior and sophomore year, but I've wrestled a couple of national tournaments. So
That's very impressive. Do you have any bad memories from high school?
high school and all, not really. A couple bad memories from sports, as everyone has, losing every now and then, but
Mm-hmm. Seem to have a
never
pretty
fun.
positive outlook on everything.
Yeah, I try to just go with the flow and not take everything for granted too much.
Mm-hmm. Very it's very good to be able to have that type of personality. Helps you out a lot in the future.
Yeah.
Uh, is there any classes that you would like to take again?
I don't know. I can always use some PE every now and then, but
Sporty kid.
yeah, not much of a school person, so Mr. Wenzel's classes are really the only thing that I enjoy doing, I guess.
Are you more of a hands-on person?
Yeah. Reading and math and stuff isn't really my thing.
Yeah, it's always good to be able to have certain things that you can be hand-on with. Has there been any teachers that have helped you a bit more than the others?
Well, really, again, Mr. Wenzel is really helpful with a lot of the things, like what I said, to do welding after school. He really can help with, help setting you up for your future with those skills, especially me wanting to do that stuff after school. He's really helpful in that aspect.
Seems like he's kind of a role model to you.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me all the different classes you've had with him, since they do all seem to be more hands-on and mechanical?
Yeah, well, I've had I've taken a few of his machining classes. A few of them have been dual credit. A couple I did welding, machining, and then I did a couple of the computer drafting classes too.
What is machining?
Making parts with manual machines by hand.
Sounds interesting. Figure you have to do a lot of, measuring and all of that stuff. Be safe.
Yeah, really precise measurements and make sure you don't go over a little bit, because a little bit can screw up the whole project.
Have you ever gone over a little bit?
Yep, and had to restart the whole thing.
Was that frustrating, or you just kind of go with it?
You kind of just have to accept it. Restart.
Is there anything you'll miss from high school?
Probably just high school in general. I was never a school person, so it's not fun going to class, but once you get older, you really start to appreciate it.
Well, I can understand that. I'm gonna go off the questions here. What's your favorite projects that you've done in your welding and machinery classes?
I did a CNC project of an American flag that was machined into a waving flag
What is
out
a
of metal.
CNC
A
project?
CNC is I don't really know what it stands for, but it's a automatic machine that you draw up. You draw up whatever you want to make on a computer, and then it makes it out of metal, almost like a 3D printer, but instead of building it, it takes material away and shapes it.
That's very interesting. Probably helps out a fair bit.
Yeah, a lot easier than doing it by hand.
Oh my. I imagine you got a couple of friends. Are you gonna miss seeing them every day since eventually you guys will probably go off and do your own thing?
Yeah, hopefully I can stay in contact with a lot of people, and I really plan on staying in the area, not going anywhere far. So hopefully I can be in contact with those people for the rest of my life.
Do you have any like schools or colleges, community colleges, any of that you feel like you're gonna try to go to?
I'm really most interested in Midwest. Mid. I don't actually know. It's in a welding school in Springfield,
Mm-hmm.
Midwest Technical or something, I think.
You worried at all about getting into it? Is there anything that you're worried that you're gonna
Not really.
not be able to do or that you're gonna miss?
Yeah, well, I mean, in terms of getting in, I don't think it should be pretty hard, especially with trades booming right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're really looking for people, so it's kind of hard to turn them down.
Yeah, it's certainly good to get invested in a trade, especially one much like plumbing and all that
Mhm.
stuff, because they're good money makers, and if you enjoy it, then it's worth staying in it for a
Of
while.
course.
Got any good like memories from like dress up days with like friends or anything like that?
I don't know. Homecoming weekend's always fun, but sometimes there's those dress up days that just not very interested in. Sometimes you just have to skip out.
What
But
was your favorite dress up day?
uh, I really liked one year I dressed up as Mr. Wenzel for one.
Yeah,
That one was pretty fun.
I bet it was, especially given how much you like his classes. This year, y'all seniors won the food drive.
Yeah.
Pretty big landslide. Did you
Yeah.
help at all with that,
Yeah.
or can you tell me your part in it?
Well, really, me and my friends Carter and Briley, we used our trucks to haul most of it and pick it up.
Because I'll tell you what, that was a big amount that you guys had.
Yeah, I got to use my mobility scooter around the stores to load up some of the food, so that was easier than having someone carry it or. You know.
Yeah. I imagine it definitely was a big help to those places that we were donating it.
Yeah.
And so.
Yep. It's a good cause.
To a very good cause, and even if it was for a school challenge, it still went to something good.
Yeah.
Well, I know you play a couple of sports or have in the past. Could you tell me about those a little bit?
Yeah, I do football, wrestling, and baseball. I played football for 3 years. One year we made the playoffs, which was I think the first time in like 20 years or something.
That's very impressive.
And my main sport has always been wrestling, being that I've done it most of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then I played baseball. I've done baseball most of my life, but high school it kind of drops off, and I like to focus on wrestling more than football and baseball. I kind of do those more for fun. Wrestling I take a little more serious.
Are you gonna try to continue playing any of these sports whenever you get to college?
Maybe not. Maybe probably won't be able to get on a team. I'm not that good, but I may do like some rec leagues or like adult leagues or something if I can't get into it with some free time.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think you were one of the candidates for prom king last year.
Yeah, I did. I won prom king last
Oh, you
year.
did. Tell me how that was.
It was fun competing with my friends and sold a lot of tickets. So, that's fun always.
Are you guys excited? You're gonna be doing your candy fundraiser this year, and
Yeah, we do that one. I think about every year.
Mhm.
It does good though. We really fundraise a lot and raise up for our class because we want to be able to pay for. Like I think we paid for our caps and gowns this year.
I've been hearing about that. They're talking about how you guys will probably be able to pay for yearbooks too.
Yep. And then we're hopefully our goal is to be able to have a senior trip that's paid for everyone.
Is there any place that you'd want to go in specifically for a senior trip?
I want to do something kind of outdoorsy rather than something everybody else would do, like a museum or something.
You seem like an outdoorsy type of man. Are you
Mhm.
the type to like go hunting or rock climbing or anything like that?
Yeah, I hunt a little bit. I fish more. I ride dirt bikes and stuff. So I like being out in the woods and stuff.
Were you ever on the bass fishing team that we had here?
Yeah,
How
I
was
do
that?
participate. Um,
Or how is that if
it's
you're still
kind
on
of
it?
it's very short. There's not a lot of competitions, but we've done pretty good in the last few years. So
Pretty good. Uh, did you do it this year as well? Or
it hasn't actually started yet.
oh,
It
when
goes to the
does
springtime, but yeah, I am signed up to participate in that.
well, you're gonna have to tell us about that
Yeah.
whenever it all starts up.
hmm
Is there any sports that you wish you could have done?
I wish I would have been able to play football my freshman year. That was before
Before
the
the
co-op had gone through, but I think that's really about it.
Yep.
Otherwise, I was pretty lucky to be able to do all the other things.
Are you in any of our dual credit or like college now type things?
Yeah, I take dual credit college algebra with Miss Davis and a dual credit machining class with Mr. Wenzel.
What does that entail?
Um, they're definitely harder than traditional high school classes, but they're not bad when you have someone as helpful. Miss Davis makes it pretty straightforward.
She is a very good teacher, very good at her job.
Yeah.
Is there a Can you tell us some of the major differences? Is it just considerably more difficult, or is it something you really have to have a grapple on? Does it move faster?
Personally, I think it actually moves about the same speed as high school, but yeah, some of um, I guess the material is definitely more advanced, but it also is a lot more strict. You actually have to sign with the college that you're getting credit for and say that like you're gonna actually get good grades and stuff. Because if you don't do well in the class, then you have a bad grade on your college transcript, and that's not good to go into college with.
What school did you have to sign with? What college?
Lincoln Land, I believe.
Lincoln Land. You're part of our Lincoln Land.
I believe so.
What do you think about that? It's pretty cool that something that a small town like us is able to do.
Yeah, I think it's good that they have a lot of towns around here, and that we have kids that even go to Lincoln Land for their classes that we can't do here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's good that they work with us and
Yeah,
be
I think
flexible.
it's very helpful in that it helps a lot. Were you part of any other things like the play, band, student council, yearbook, or anything like that, or were you more of a sports person?
Yeah, I'm more just stuck to my sports. It takes up a lot of time with that alone. So
So it's just easier to focus on that.
yep.
Do you ever wish you would have done something like basketball? Or are you
Um,
pretty content with all of it?
I played basketball in middle school, and I was actually planning to play in high school because we didn't have a high school wrestling team, and then so I started practicing basketball, and then they went through with the co-op to wrestle in Litchfield, and then I immediately knew that's what I wanted to do. So,
Just a spark of passion there.
hmm
Well, I don't think I actually asked you this question. I think I skipped over it. What would you tell someone who's coming into high school?
um, just take it easy and do your work. It's really not hard if you just do the bare minimum, and it'll get you where you need to be. So
It'll get you farther than you think.
yeah, just do your homework and pay attention. It doesn't take much to do that.
Well, one more question for you. What would you tell your younger self now? If you got to go over there and talk?
Probably that. I always hated school, so I was always amped up on not wanting to do it, and then it just be stressful that I'd have a paper to write, and I really didn't want to. But once you just do it, it's not as bad as you think.
Just got to throw yourself into it.
hmm
Well, you don't have anything else to add, do you?
I don't think so.
I have had a great time talking to you, and I'm very
Thank you.
happy that we could get you here on the Cats Connection. I'm very excited to see how everything goes, and we might have to catch you for the bass fish and stuff.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.